That might be rough.
A little. It'll be fine.
Oh.
They're New Balance. It's similar to what I had. They just have more cushion. It'd be different if it was a whole new brand or a whole new shoe.
Yeah, I guess so.
I wouldn't have done that. If it weren't Nike or New Balance, I would have been like...
Good morning, everybody, from Riviera Resort. So I see a few people are already in there, hanging out. Hopefully, oh God, just walked like right into the thing of gnats. Hopefully, everything goes very smoothly today. Me and technology the last couple days have not been going very well. So we'll see what happens. But we are at Riviera. We're going to be doing a little run around. This is only our second time. And I don't have the regular gimbal. If you guys follow us on Instagram, I did a little thing yesterday where I showed you what the batteries looked like. They did not look good from last week. So we'll see. I mean, this gimbal is a very good, sturdy gimbal, but I can't do the same stuff with this gimbal while running. So might be a little more bouncier. It might be like a little more, I don't know, back and forth. So Colin, good morning. Kyle, good morning. So we're going to start and we're going to make up kind of our own route because that's what we did last time, I'm pretty sure. And we'll go from there. Eric, what is up, everybody? Happy Saturday. Yay. Yes, happy Saturday. Black Widow just came out yesterday, which is pretty cool. Finally out. And hopefully we're going to try and have a little watch party tonight. Taylor and I and Donald and Elliot, we're going to get together and oh, this gimbal's a little heavier than my other one. I can already tell. Yeah, we're going to have a little watch party today. We might even try to sneak into Disney Springs after this run into AMC so I can purchase a Black Widow popcorn bucket. So I've got a Star Wars one from whenever what was it? I won't say Return of the Jedi, but that's not what it was. Rise of Skywalker came out, yes. And I have that one, so we'll see. I can already tell. It looks like it might be a little bit more bumpier. So this, welcome everybody. This is where I should start. Welcome everybody back to the live stream on our Saturday runs. We are 2 weeks in a row. And I say that, and of course, we'll probably not be back out here next week, because who knows. But welcome to the live streams. I appreciate you all being here. It is a great amount of inspiration for me to have all of you on while we're running, because, you know, I'm just pretty lazy. So if I didn't have the obligation to come out and live stream, show you guys a little bit of the resort and hang out while maybe you were on the treadmill or having a cup of coffee sitting on your couch or in a chair, whatever. Without that, I would probably be sitting at home with a bunch of excuses to not run. So I appreciate everybody that is always here and watching. Means a lot, and I hope in turn for some of you out there, it's a little inspiration for yourselves to maybe jump on the treadmill or whatever. Of course, it's summertime, so the temperature's not usually too bad up in the northern part of the country, but you know, hopefully it helps some of you get out there and get a little bit more exercise. Yeah, so last week Donald and I came back from a little hiatus of, I don't remember how long, a couple weeks, right?
Yeah.
And our first weekend back, it was pouring down rain. And I said, Donald actually sent me a text. He's like, so we can still do this thing? I was like, oh yeah. Unless it's lightning, you know, we're going to do it. And I didn't think it was going to rain that much. I thought it would probably hold off till the afternoon. It did not. If you guys were with us last week, it was pouring. I mean, torrential downpours at some points. And you know, the gimbal, which is an electronic tool with batteries, got wet. And when I took it apart, it was just kind of like all rusted and looked like there was some corrosion in there. So I don't have it. So instead, this week, I'm using our Zion Crane Weeble Lab. It's a pretty good gimbal. It's really designed more for kind of like entry-level production with smaller mirrorless cameras. You know, and it does its job fairly well, but it's a little heavy to be using on a run. So not as heavy as the Crane 2, which is normally what I take into the parks with me, but it's a little heavy. So you're gonna probably hear me complain about it quite a bit, because I've literally switched arms at least 10 times and we haven't even gone that far. Oh my gosh, I didn't even start my watch. Power through the hill, power through the hill. Start when we get to the top. How far have we gone, Donald? How much am I missing out here on my run?
0.45.
Oh my gosh, a half mile. Son of a gun. That's something I always tend to forget for some reason. Whew. James and Casey, what gimbal are you using? Yeah, so I just talked about that. Staying at Riviera this summer in August, looking forward to doing this run. Yeah, so if you look at the actual map, the route that we take is not on there. We kind of make up our own, so be aware of that. You know, I said this multiple times before, that during these runs, I always really like to try and do the least amount of laps as possible. So anywhere that we can like sensibly add distance to our run during our loop or our circuit, we try to. So we've crossed the road and you've got the Skyliner main station over here. So we're going to take this pathway, we're going to take it all the way out, and then we're going to kind of run back through the parking lot of Caribbean Beach back to where we just crossed the road, and then back around Riviera. So I don't remember how far that was. Remember how far that was. I don't remember how far it was. Maybe like a mile and a half. I felt like when we figured it out last time, it was like, oh, we could just do 2 laps and we're like basically done.
Yeah, I thought it was.
So be something close, I think. But it is a beautiful morning with no rain, which I prefer. Val, I'll be getting up shortly to get my run in. Is the bar open? Looks like somebody's ordering something from the bar already. But if you've never been here to Caribbean Beach, it is it's a pretty nice resort. It's, you know, the only thing that I don't like about it is the way that the bus stops work. And there's a lot of people here. It's a pretty large resort. So it's the only thing that I don't really care for here. But other than that, it's still pretty nice. Lots of room to move around. Lots of different things to do. Skyliner. So Donald. So you guys probably know that Donald's usually always running with me. He decided he would buy some new shoes and wear them today. So he might have some achy feet here by the end. I don't remember which way we went. I think we just went to the parking lot.
Well, when making potentially dumb decisions, I usually ask myself, what would Josh do? And I thought, wear them.
See, Josh would wear his around the house for several days before taking them on a run, just to try and break them in a little bit. And I feel like they're pretty clean to wear inside because you don't wear them outside.
Right.
But, I mean, I've certainly done that before. I am, however, not one of the people who, let's take this outer sidewalk. I'm, however, not one of the people who go to the runDisney expos, buys sneakers, and then wears them during the marathon or the half.
Well, I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't recommend that. You will be very, very sorry and probably upset. Oh yeah, I think it was like maybe the first or second year I did a runDisney event, my first Goofy. I remember going to the expo. They had a bunch of stuff. They may have even had the New Balance shoes there or something like that.
Yeah, because that would have been when they did that.
And I mean, I don't really remember any one specific person purchasing them, but I do remember during the full marathon, which I felt like I was going to die, somebody else had stopped at one of the medical tents, you know, and they were getting some medical attention, and they had said that they had just bought those shoes from the expo. And I think that the person who was helping them kind of wanted to laugh, but, you know, they were trying to be professional and they didn't. So never wear shoes that you just bought for a long run. But right now we are running through the parking lot area here of Caribbean Beach. We're kind of running back to, oh, sorry, I don't want to go that way. We'll get trapped back there. We're kind of just trying to get back out to the main bridge, which is right up here. So, but whenever you guys are doing this, always be careful. If you're going to be running in the parking lot or on the road, be mindful of the other cars and the buses. Just be smart. Oy, oy, oy. Oh, I think I remember now. Did we? I think last time we came up and we went down and came back this way and then came up this way, right? Something like that. I don't remember. Been a while. Power through the hills, everybody. Power through the hills. I have my own Apple Fitness channel. You'll see me as a coach. That's my tagline. Power through the hills. Power through the hills. And then you just put in a neutral and you just glide down these ones. Oh. All right, short walk.
Humid?
Feels that way.
I feel really hot.
Yeah.
Especially when we want to.
All right. So, sorry, I haven't been reading anybody's comments because it's been a little tough. James and Casey say, rest in peace to his feet.
To mine?
Yes.
I'm going to prove you all wrong.
Liz, how hot is it there, Josh?
300,000 degrees.
It feels very warm right now. I think it's pretty humid. As far as the actual temperature goes, it's probably only like in the mid 70s, I would bet. I would think. This early in the morning. To be honest with you, I didn't check.
It just feels like you're running through water.
Teresa, great question. Are there character meet and greets during the all the runDisney events? There are, and you can certainly stop to get pictures. I'm assuming that probably by October 1st, we're going to have character meet and greets back. Because, and the only reason I say that is because Wine and Dine is coming back. So Wine and Dine Half Marathon is in November. And of course, they always have characters during those races. You can stop and get pictures with them. If character meet and greets aren't back, I guess it's going to be more of a quickly snap a selfie and a distance photo. But we'll just have to wait and see. I actually really enjoyed the 5K and the 10K last year in 2020. For the fact that because I was able to stay ahead of the main Peloton group of people, I was able to get photos with every character that I wanted to get pictures with and not have to wait in the line. So, the further back that you start in the race, so I started in A, but if you start, somewhere back in like C or D, unfortunately, you're going to have to kind of compete with other people and wait on the line to take those photos. So, probably not a huge deal for the 5K, because I don't know that there's really a sweep for that. And what I mean by sweep is, we talked about this before, where you fall behind so far that they actually pull a bus across the path and you must board the bus and they will transport you back to the finish line. I don't think that they do that for the 5K. They may do that for the 10K. But you just have to kind of, get in the line, and a lot of people will want to take pictures. So the further back you start, the less characters you're going to get to meet. Oh, Teresa, have you been? She asked if Taylor and I have been back to Ohana since it has reopened. We have not. I am boycotting Ohana dinner in the spirit of Disney's cheapness. So, which is really funny because if you don't know, they changed up the menu for dinner, which makes no sense because, hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. It makes zero sense because you could do the exact same preparation that they always do. Chicken, steak, and shrimp. All you got to do is take it off and put it into a bowl and set it down on the table. And instead, they've tried to create a whole new menu basically for Ohana, which is really disappointing because Ohana was a restaurant that really did not need to be fixed or changed. And they took the shrimp away and they gave people a shrimp casserole. Now, I do know that they did this because of money. Disney's trying to cut costs wherever they can. But Club 33 had their own private viewing and testing or tasting of the new Ohana menu, and they ripped that shrimp casserole apart. So I find that pretty funny. And hopefully Disney will change that. Hopefully that's not going to be a long-term thing. So we'll see. I think we are planning to go to, I want to say Ohana breakfast maybe next week. I'll be doing that with our travel agents. So it's part of kind of like a little fan breakfast. So that has not really changed other than the fact that you can't see the characters. So biggest difference there is that. Oh, Teresa, $19. And they revamped the menu with things that are cheaper for them to make. The shrimp casserole, and I'm never going to get off this soapbox of the shrimp. The shrimp casserole is dirt cheap for them to make. And if you go there and you try it, you'll see that basically it's just going to be mostly like a soup gravy that goes into like a casserole, some vegetables, and then like a handful of shrimp. So it's really, really cheap for them to make, and a way for them to try and turn profit quickly, efficiently. But it's kind of like hindering the guest experience, which is really unfortunate. So we'll wait and see. I know, I think a lot of people like Nate, probably Jackie, have gotten opening day tickets for the Boo Bash celebration or whatever it's called. You know, that's something that we did not do because they sold out. They reopened it to sell more tickets. So now, is it really going to be an after hours event, or is it just going to be crowded? So we're just going to kind of wait and see what it looks like when they go. And we're going to go later in October, I think. But yeah, a lot's been changing. I still love Disney though, so don't tune me off. Don't turn us off because I was just ranting a little bit about Ohana. I'm very passionate about my shrimp. If you haven't seen, you should go back and watch our Ohana dining reviews. All right, Donald, we are officially one lap in. How far are we gone?
1.86.
1.86, almost 2 miles. So we got to do it like 3 times.
Yeah.
So
A tiny bit more.
and a little bit more, yeah. So that's a pretty good route. It's a really good route. Whew.
I've changed my question to a statement. It's humid.
It is humid, yes.
I don't
Yes,
have
it
to
is.
debate it anymore.
It's warm. Hey, but let's talk about food and wine. I am super excited for food and wine. Food and wine starts on Thursday, if you guys don't know. July 15th. This is going to be is this going to be the longest running one, or was last year's the longest running? It may be starting on like the same date, I think.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's still going to be pretty long, right? I mean, we're starting in July. We're going till November, basically.
Do you want all my statistics?
Donald has statistics. Let's hear it.
So, my math has to be audited. I need to double count. But at first glance, there are 30 to 34 booths or kiosks, if you count Joffrey's, which I don't. But
No,
some
you
people
shouldn't.
do.
You shouldn't count Joffrey's.
9 booths will open October 1st. Everything else is opening day. There are 47 new food options and 63 new beverage options, in addition to all the classics.
I would like
Statistics.
I would like to know the numbers of like what it has been in years past, you know,
For new?
stuff. I feel like, and I said this last night on our podcast for Gold Gal Getaways, I really feel like this food and wine festival this year is kind of this almost kind of like this thing of like, you know, we're past, we're not officially past COVID, but we're kind of like making the stride in the right direction. And they have really brought out, it seems like, all of the bells and whistles for food and wine. So with all these new food options, all these new drinks, you know, I think they're really trying to, I don't know, bring the experience back, so to speak. It's definitely going to be busy. Hi.
Morning.
But I'm excited. How many ciders did we determine?
Between 13 to 15. There are 3 flights and then several standalones.
So between 13 to 15 new, well, they're not all new, I don't think, but different ciders this year, and then a couple of flights and some standalones. So y'all know me, if you guys have been watching for a while, I'm all about trying the cider. Usually I almost always do a flight the first day that we're there. So, oh, did you see about the are they still doing like it was like a cheese, or what was it in the years past, the little food trail?
Yeah, cheese.
Is it cheese again?
The fromage montage.
The fromage montage, yes. I haven't looked to see if that's different. Be really nice if it was.
Some of it's the same.
I figured.
Some of it's new.
I figured. So we'll definitely be doing that at some point But this is, in the way that Disney has been changing, I think this is a very, very good uplifting thing to really embrace, which is food and wine. And of course, run Disney events, since they are all coming back. So, super, super excited for that. Cake Pops are back. Oh, Cake Pops. Cake Pops in World Show Place. Did you get those last time?
No.
You didn't try those? When did you guys get here? October. November?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, we gotta try the Cake Pop. Those are good. Oh, they're so good.
Are they the nitro ones?
Yes, I think. But I think they had like a couple of different flavors. Somebody said not a lot of, was it plant-based or vegan options maybe for food and wine? No, but there are a lot of gluten-free options this year. It would be nice if they had plant-based vegan stuff for every festival, a lot of it. But I would probably imagine that we're going to see that stuff come back during Flower and Garden Festival. That fits more of the theme. Not that like plant-based stuff doesn't fit the theme of food and wine. It certainly does. But when you're trying to kind of like please, you know, the masses of people, some things you gotta stage throughout the year to try and get everybody to come all year long, which is the way it seems. The M&M one is just everything. I don't think I had the M&M one. I think I just did the regular chocolate one, I'm pretty sure. And that was just fantastic. I love that one. Whew. Disney's Michael Towns Clubhouse. Hello, hello. Whew. Val, we're missing food and wine this year. Oh, no. Got across here real quick. Whew. Teresa, gotta go. Josh, enjoy the day. Big hellos to the beautiful Taylor. My entire family enjoys your videos. Well, thank you so much, Teresa. Roxanne, good morning. Whew. Waiting for Donald to catch up. Oh, I remember this now. There's like these weird faced, like they're not people, but you know, they're like things so that you're not like driving, I don't know, golf carts through here.
They're my favorite part.
Or Surreys. I think they're a little creepy looking. It's just my opinion. Whew.
Donald likes them.
Donald likes them. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Whew. All right, y'all. So, 70 people hanging out in the chat, watching us run around. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. If you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up somewhere on the screen there. And let's see, what else? Oh, I always must do my little ad here for Dragon Master Foundation, because that is who we are running with for Food and Wine Marathon Weekend. And dare I say, as long as everything goes correct, nothing gets changed, Princess Half Marathon Weekend as well. So I signed up for all three. I have challenges for Wine and Dine and the Princess Weekend, but I've only formed a team just for Marathon Weekend, which Donald is a part of. And for all of those events, we are trying to raise money for Dragon Master Foundation. And we got some really, really sad and unfortunate news this past week, which was that the young man who has kind of been the face of Dragon Master Foundation, has been the face of like DIPG, unfortunately passed away this week, which was really, really sad. He was diagnosed with DIPG, I think, a couple of years ago. So for him to have even I mean, this might, I hate trying to like talk about this sometimes because it doesn't always sound like the best way to put it, and I don't ever know how to put it, but really, when kids get diagnosed with that, and he's not really a kid, I think he was like 18, they don't usually make it that long, maybe 6 months. But because of some of the experimental treatment and there's a drug company that DMF has been working with to try and raise money for, to push this stuff through, to get it FDA authorized, to get some more funding. He was able to extend his life for a couple of years, which is really, really good. The whole goal here is just to continue to raise money and hopefully extend the lives of so many other children. So that is what we are doing when we are raising money for Dragon Master Foundation. There is a link in the description that will take you to our donation page. And I think we're trying to, I think overall I would love to try and hit like $10,000 for DMF and raising money for kids. So, with all of your help, that would be much appreciated. Whew. And of course, I will be live streaming all of the events. So both the Princess Challenge, the Food and Wine Challenge, and then of course Marathon Weekend. I don't know if I'm gonna like live stream for the 5K and the 10K. Again, I don't know if we'll even be able to do that because there's just gonna be so many people there, and the bandwidth probably won't allow me to do that. But we'll definitely be doing the half marathon, the full marathon, and both half marathons for Food and Wine and for Princess. So if you want to see what it's like, you can always go back and watch our live streams from the 2020 half marathon and the 2020 full marathon. Prepare yourself. I don't actually cry, but I'm sure there's a few points where it sounds like I am. Right around like mile marker 18, coming out of Blizzard Beach. That was rough. That was really rough. All right, so we're going back through the parking lot at Caribbean Beach. Always be aware of vehicles. Sometimes people pull out really quickly and they don't look, so be aware of that. Oh boy. All right, y'all. So, anybody got questions out there? Run Disney, Disney. I don't really answer questions about life, but I can always try. Great question. Do I know if they brought back the Disney resort runs? To my knowledge, they have not, as most of the resorts still have not reopened. They have now all officially been set to reopen, mostly all at later dates, but nothing has, or most of them are still closed, and there's been no announcement of those runs coming back yet. I would imagine. Now, I was wrong about Food and Wine because I said Food and Wine would not come back as a person event this year. But my guess is we probably won't see most of that stuff until 2022. Once everything is fully open and they are filling all the resorts with people, then I think we will start to see some of those kind of like resort fun runs coming back. But until then, you'll just have to do what we do. Kind of make up your own routes and get up in the morning during your vacation and go run with no complimentary. I don't know how much it is, usually like maybe $20 or $30. Maybe you get like a little medal from the fun runs. So I've never done one because when they were doing them, I was still working full-time at Kleinfelder. So I wasn't able to just go out midway through the week because I think they're usually like on Wednesdays or Thursdays, first thing in the morning to go run. So morning. Ay, ay, ay. Roxanne. Sorry, I'm not trying to do that, Roxanne, but just always just comes right up into my head that way. Just booked Port Orleans. That's awesome. We just booked Port Orleans for January during marathon weekend. So, of course, they made the announcement, right, that runDisney was coming back. And so we were going to try and use some DVC points. And sure enough, guess what? We couldn't use them. So, boy, I really didn't have any options. I thought we were going to have to drive every day or stay over at JW Marriott. What are the other ones? Hilton Bonnet Creek or Waldorf Astoria. And they were like $500-600 a night, which I would love to stay over there, but we're not about to drop that kind of cash to stay over there. So prices have been really high. And then they announced that all of these other resorts are opening up. So once those went on sale, I was able to book Port Orleans. So, and I think we got it for about like $225 to like, let's say like $250 a night. I think $250 is like sitting around Friday and Saturday night. So, whew. It's been crazy trying to book stuff, but as things have been opening, prices have gone down for some other places. So, Teresa, morning. Josh, I signed up for a bridge run around my area, which won't be till November, but I'm doing a 3-mile walk. Well, that's cool. Awesome. Good luck. I'm sure you'll do fine. Rodney, I hope the Tower of Terror 10-miler is back for $15. I don't think we've seen any of those in the last, like 5 or 6 years. I think they stopped a lot of those, and they don't do them anymore, which is really unfortunate. I'm really upset that they're not bringing back Star Wars. We've got some new mystery runDisney event.
Do you think it could be Star Wars related, just in a different way?
It certainly could be. I mean, that Donald just said, do you think it'll be Star Wars related, just in a different way? It certainly could be.
A Mandalorian thing?
Mandalorian, certainly. Certainly could be. But we won't know, I guess, until it goes on sale. So it's probably going to go on sale. I don't know if they've got it listed on the website. Somebody can correct me, but my guess is probably not till Q4. So between October and December, it'll probably go on sale. But how many months was Disney closed during 2020 compared to Disneyland? Less than Disneyland. I think we were only closed from like part of March to like mid-July. Yeah. So not that long. Disneyland was closed much longer than us. But all in the past, because everything is basically open now. Yeah, no dates for springtime yet. So I think we'll probably see those around October, November, December, somewhere around there in that fourth quarter timeline. So I'm excited for that. I'll be signing up for that too. More than likely with Dragon Master Foundation. Sometimes there are certain events that they won't do. It's just kind of based on, if they have runners in the past that have done that and they want to do that. So we'll see. But if they don't do it, I'll probably still sign up and just pay up front for my bib and still keep raising money. So, but it is hot and humid today. Of course, we are really getting into the prime months of summer where these Saturday runs, as much as it would be as great as it would be to be able to get out here at like 6 o'clock just as the sun starts to come up and get our run in, it's not feasible. It is going to continue to get warmer and warmer as we get into probably about like September.
Really?
Oh yeah.
was hoping August would be the worst.
No, it'll. I mean, September. I think we're going to start to see some variability. One weekend it'll probably be cool. Another weekend it's going to be warm. But I would say probably from here on out, unless we get like a nice, hurricane that blows through and gives us like a nice cool breeze for most of the day, like beforehand. More than likely these are going to be really, really warm going forward. So.
It gets really warm going now.
Well, I mean, yes, it'll be even warmer as we continue. Samantha, it says March 31st through April 3rd. I might not be doing that.
What is that?
That is for the springtime event. I might not be doing that. Taylor and I are doing some plans for my birthday, which may or may not involve international travel. So we'll have to wait and see. Gage, morning Josh, I've been getting back into running this summer, but find it difficult at times. Do you or Don have any tips on staying motivated? Squirrel. Oh boy, do you have any tips? Stay motivated? Donald's laughing right now.
They're probably not helpful for you, Gage. I just look in the mirror and say, yep, not there yet. And keep going.
That is, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. All right, so tips for getting back into trying to be fitness savvy. So here's a little thing for you guys. Here's a little backstory on myself, because we don't ever really talk about ourselves that much. When I say we, I mean Taylor and myself, not necessarily Donald.
I don't talk about myself that much either.
I mean, he did just say, I get up and I look in the mirror. Nope, not there yet. So, I used to be in amazing shape. And I know probably when people say that, it's like, what is this guy? Hold on. We're going to run past these guys real quick. I also don't want to get sand blown onto me. All right, so I'm sure like many of you, when you used to be in high school and if you went to college, you were probably in really great shape, right? Yep. Because whether you were dating somebody or you were single and trying to find somebody, there's always kind of like the motivation of like, you kind of have a little bit of a drive, if you're like me, to like try and stay decently in shape. And, even though Taylor and I were dating from high school throughout college, I still kind of like wanted to look good. Well, then we got real jobs, and then life just gets complicated. And so working out or running a lot or doing whatever you do to try and stay healthy and active kind of gets pushed to the wayside sometimes. So it's always been like a struggle for me personally, even to try to get back into doing something as routine as getting up and running in the morning. So here are some tips. Number one, do what Donald does. Get up in the morning, look in the mirror. If you're not where you want to be, try and do something about it. I know for myself, hold on, we'll wait till we go past this guy. For myself, because I think I may or may not have undiagnosed ADHD, I don't know. Maybe not. But for me, what really helps me is to make a list of things that I need to do for the day. And I literally get so much satisfaction by just checking something off the list. So what I will try to do is make a list of everything I need to do. Usually that encompasses running, going to the gym, or doing something at home. And that helps me to just be more active. Now, I know it's a little bit different for you compared to me, because I don't always start these streams this way, but I started doing these live streams every other, sometimes every Saturday, in an effort to get me out of the house and out here running on the weekends. Because it's really easy to be like, oh, it's the weekend, I've been working all week, the last thing I want to do is get up in the morning and go run for 6 miles, right? Trust me, I have been there. And if I did not have an obligation to go pick Donald up and live stream for all of you, I would probably have just snoozed my alarm and went back to sleep. So I don't know, it's kind of tough. I think you just have to find something in there that drives you forward to like get out and be motivated. I don't know if you guys know who Wolfie is. He's Jordan Beaufort from Wolf of Wall Street, the actual real guy, not what's his name that played him in the Wolf of Wall Street. He's actually a pretty good motivational speaker. One of the biggest things that he says, what separates people who are successful in accomplishing the goals that they want to do is that they find a way to complete their goals or do the things that they don't want to do when they don't want to do them, right? It's easy for us to go and see something, maybe for you to sit here and watch this live stream, get a little inspiration. You say, I'm going to start today and I'm going to go run, or I'm going to go to the gym, lift weights, do whatever, right? It's easy whenever you are consumed by the thought of it in the moment and you have a drive to do it. But what separates everybody are the moments when during the week on Wednesday, when it's 5 or 5:30 in the morning and you have no desire to get up and go run or go to the gym. That's what separates you. Are you going to go, or are you going to push it off to the next day, right? So successful people, I'm not one of those people. Trust me, I push this stuff off all the time. I really try not to, but sometimes like that's what I think about and it helps. So it's tough. And I wish that there was like a really easy like tip that I could tell you guys and it'd be like, oh, I'll follow this and I'm going to be back at it in no time. It's really like this internal battle that you have to have with yourself, of how much do you want something. So there's my motivational soapbox that I kind of stole from somebody else, but has helped me along the way. So sorry, it was a really roundabout, long answer. Ooh, Race Fan New York. Oh, I love this question. What is the coolest race that you have run in? Our training for marathon in the Northeast means single-digit runs in December. Yes, that's a great question. So, my coldest actual marathon race that I've ever done, believe it or not, was here in Florida, and that was for the marathon. I think that was 2019 maybe, 2018 or 2019. I kid you not, it was 32 degrees outside when we got started. So it was miserably cold for somebody who is very used to, the mornings of being in the 60s or 70s in January. So that was rough. It was probably the most miserable and worst marathon that I've ever done. I wore a lot of layers, and I never took most of those layers off because I was cold. And flip side of that, I wore so many layers that I sweat way too much. So I was cold and wet, and I couldn't shed any of those layers because I didn't want to be more cold. And that was rough. Now, with that being said, though, I have done training in West Virginia and in Pennsylvania, and that was in 2015 for the 2016 Goofy. Most of the time, I did not run in the mornings. I ran in the afternoons and in the evenings. So I was trying to get a little bit of those warmer, sunny temperatures. They weren't anything close to single digits. It was probably like 20s or low 30s. And I wasn't running super far distances. So all I was really doing was I was trying to go about 6 miles, and I was really focused on my breathing and trying to make sure that I was getting a good lung expansion during my breathing. Because it can be pretty dangerous, I think, training in the morning or in the really cold weather. So, but I ran half that year and loved it. Man, I hated it. It was way too cold. I would rather it be warmer and I'd be like sweating and I can take a layer off and still feel comfortable. You know, during that marathon, it was like I had leggings on. I didn't have shorts. I'm pretty sure I wore 2 sets of leggings. And I probably could have taken the outer leggings off because they're a little thicker. But I also didn't want to like lose them. So I kept them on. And I had a really nice reflective Nike jacket that I didn't want to get rid of either. I was going to give it to Taylor whenever I came through Magic Kingdom. But I was afraid that I was going to be really, really cold, which was a mistake. And I should have given it to her, and I didn't. So, whew. Catherine, good morning. Timothy, good morning. There, some couples who, you know, for whatever reason, they can't have kids. And so their only option is to adopt. And the adoption process here in the States is very cutthroat. It's very aggressive. It's very stressful for those parents. And it's very hard to get yourself out there in front of potential mothers who are, you know, looking to put their child up for adoption. So it's very difficult. A great way for you to kind of like get out and be seen is through video. And of course, I'm no expert at this, but you know, we did a video about a year ago. I flew up to New York and did this video, and within a couple of months, they had a prospective mother. This kind of sounds a little strange to talk about now that I'm talking about it, but basically COVID happened and it kind of screwed a lot of stuff up. But let's go this way. Once things kind of started to reopen, they were able to adopt. They actually adopted a baby here in Florida, which was awesome. And the mother told them that it was the video that really pushed her to make the decision. So fast forward to March of this past year, I went up and did a video for another couple who have been struggling to try and get themselves out there and be seen and all those things. And did the video for them, gave it to them, and when they got it published on their like agency website, they were selected to be new parents in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So, you know, after a year of like kind of struggling to do that kind of stuff, and they were just able to bring their baby home, and it's official. Like, it's a very, very rewarding thing. Mostly for me, well, obviously for them, but also for me to be able to create something and help, you know, somebody kind of complete their family, which is really nice. So there's my little shameless plug for JTR Media. Whether you guys need weddings or corporate events, adoption videos, send us an email, send us a message, let us know. I think we just posted it on our JTR Media Instagram, and you can go over there and watch it. So yeah, super rewarding. It's been awesome. You know, when people are kind of like getting on us because we're not posting as much from Disney, not doing as many vlogs, things like that, you know, we're kind of not in the crowd of people who have to be the first people out to do something anymore. Mostly because I've been focusing on this, and it's, you know, to me, it's more worthwhile than needing to be the first person to try hot dogs from Casey's Corner or, you know, new food options over Hollywood Studios. So it's been nice. So, you know, it's been good. And I appreciate you all, so I will now step off of my soapbox. I've said long talk of trying to shamelessly plug ourselves. Whew. Who today has seen or has tickets to go see Black Widow? Super exciting. This is a movie that we've been waiting for over a year, right?
Yep.
Super exciting. We are going to have a little watch party at our place. Donald and Elliot and myself and Taylor. All the dogs. The dogs probably won't really watch, but you know. We're going to have like our little watch party for Black Widow, which is going to be a lot of fun. Super exciting. Hopefully it's a really good movie. It's Marvel. If you guys have Disney Plus, what I really love is that they went through and basically took any movie within the Marvel series that she was in, and they made her like the new cover of all the movies. Oh. So like Age of Ultron, Captain America, well not Captain America, but Civil War, Winter Soldier, I think she was in that one. Yeah, so really trying to get the word out there of Black Widow. And I think it'll be a good movie. I'm excited.
Reviews have been good.
Fully Family Travel, seen it last night, loved it. Andy saw it last night. That's awesome. We missed the tickets for AMC to try and get in. I think it's like normally they do like Thursdays. Like Thursday night they do like a preview almost before everybody else. Sometimes you can get into that, but you can't use your AMC like A-list for that. You have to pay for the tickets. So, which I never have an issue doing, but you have to do it like as soon as it comes out. But super exciting. It'll be good. It'll be good. We're gonna have like our own like little movie theater type of theme. You guys, if you don't follow us on Instagram, head on over to Instagram. Follow us, WDW Couple. You'll see our photos and probably some story stuff from it. Because Taylor's really into like trying to set stuff up like that now, and like create like a little scene, which I think is kind of cool.
An experience.
An experience. I love that. Kayla, good morning from Rhode Island. Good morning from a warm, sunny, humid Florida. Do-da, do-da-do-da-do-da. Oh, I will tell you guys this next week. I think I'm going to be vlogging it. Taylor will be with us doing some Instagram story stuff. But next week, Monday and Tuesday, will be the first time since the parks have really reopened that we have literally spent pretty much park up to sundown. Oh, shoot. I want to go this way. Sorry. We have a little travel agency fam trip. So what Disney does is every so often, they'll do like these little familiarity trips is what they call them for travel agents. And so we've got about 15 or so travel agents that are coming down. And we're going to be hanging out a little bit next week on Monday and Tuesday. And yeah, we're going to be hitting the parks hard. So that'll be fun. Something different to check out and see. I think it's going to be the first time that we officially do some real park hopping as well, since the parks have opened, because we really haven't done that as of yet. Whoa, good morning from the WDW Couple. Taylor is officially awake, everybody. It's 8:15. She is up and moving. Weston, good morning from Huntsville, Alabama. Yeah, we can go behind. Good morning, Melissa. Actually, let's just take this back out. We'll just take the main, kind of like little main walkway back. Whew. Taylor says, good morning. We were up late. Couldn't stop watching Parks and Rec. So Taylor has still not seen all of Parks and Rec. I've been trying to get her to basically just sit down and binge watch it because it's only like 20-minute episodes for the most part. We're getting there. We're getting there. Is it Yvonne? Good morning from PA. Lisa, good morning from Maryland. I watched your stream about a year ago, or your streams about a year ago. Oh, cool. Well, thank you for coming back. Weston, what resort is this? So we are running in between Caribbean Beach and Riviera Resort. So if you guys look off over here into the distance, this is the main Skyliner station, kind of like the hub of the Skyliners, because you can take from here, you can go straight out to Hollywood Studios. This line right here that's going out this way takes you back to Pop Century and Art of Animation. And then this other line that's going out will take you to Riviera and Epcot. And Caribbean Beach, I don't know what the actual footprint is, but I feel like this one is one that's probably spread out the furthest.
I would think so.
Would you agree? I mean, it feels that way. Not that Donald and I have...
pretty spread too.
Where?
Saratoga?
Oh, that's a good call. I don't know. You know what? We would have to go to Saratoga and maybe Saratoga is more spread out. I don't know. I feel like if it's not more spread out lengthwise, it's a bigger footprint in width. Maybe.
Could be. It's hard to gauge too because we run between other places.
Right. Yeah. It's well, that's what I was just gonna say. Maybe we'd have to go to Saratoga and like just run Saratoga itself and see how far, it takes us to go. But it's the thing. It's not like this. This is kind of like this straight path. Saratoga, I feel like we'd really have to be weaving in and out of the different sections.
That's true. They're the two biggest properties I can think of.
Yeah, for sure. Paula, thank you so very much, Taylor and Josh, for your Las Vegas videos. My husband and I would like to take a trip there. Oh, that's so cool. Well, if you need any help planning or you'd kind of like to know the itinerary that I created for us, especially going out to the Grand Canyon, let us know. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time. I would have loved to have been able to spend more time over at the Grand Canyon. But we just, sometimes when you just don't have the time, you just kind of have to make the most of it. So, which I think we did, we did a pretty good job of making the most of what little time that we actually had out there. So, Tina, hello from Louisiana. I think we just met some people yesterday over at Magic Kingdom. We had a little senior portrait session in the morning. And on our way out, we met a family, I think from Louisiana. I'm trying to remember. Alabama. Somewhere around there. I apologize if you guys are watching. I am terrible with those things. Ooh, excuse me. Choking on my spit. All right. Oh, did I lose Donald back there? I did. Whew. All right. So, speaking of Vegas, we've got another little trip coming up. We're going back to PA at the end of the month. We're going to make a little quick trip up to the Niagara Falls. We're going to spend about a day and a half there. We've been asking our patrons some questions about what we should do, what they would like to see. So they've been helping us plan that out a little bit. And we have got another trip that we are doing in September, of which we have not announced yet. But that's going to be another one, kind of like a Wednesday to a Saturday, similar to what we did in Las Vegas. And it's going to be a lot of driving, but we're going to try and hit some really amazing destinations in September. And, we'll be asking our patrons to help us out with a little bit of that, kind of what they would like to see, where we should eat, different things like that. Super, super exciting. Can't wait. I gotta say, the best decision that I ever made was taking Taylor to the Grand Canyon, because now her eyes have been opened and she wants to see the world. Before, she was kind of like, I don't really care. But whenever you see one of the 7 wonders of the world, which of that is the Grand Canyon, you know, so much of you changes. You just become, I don't know, different. So exciting. Good morning, Melissa. So how are we looking on our distance here? What?
Not good.
Where are we at?
5.14.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's rough. Did we miss somewhere? I thought it was going to come out to... dang, I think we have to do... Maybe it was... maybe we had to at least come back around to the road? Or was it we cut through here?
Either or. We had to go a little further.
So we were really hoping that we'd only have to do this loop about 3 times. But it would appear that that is not necessarily the case. We're going to have to come back down and go a little bit further before we go back to Riviera. Lisa, I don't see your Patreon link. If Taylor's still watching, she will comment that in the chat. But it should be in the description there somewhere. If it's not, I would blame that on Taylor. No, not really, but it should be in the description link there somewhere. Go shirtless?
Not yet.
Me either.
Not there yet.
Thank you to all of the 100 people. Is the day that I'm going to give in and finally open up one of those and eat some of that cereal. I haven't done it yet, but they are 2 full boxes. I think I bought them because they were buy one, get one at Publix or something like that. I was like, I got to get these. But I haven't opened them yet, so... Oh no, buffering. Oh, I see we did lose some people in the stream. Not sure what happened there. Just refresh, it should come back. Maybe. Showing we have a pretty decent connection. Taylor said I have to repeat everything I just said? Alright, so if you guys didn't hear what I was saying, I want to get, so we're talking about going to AMC to get a Black Widow popcorn bucket. Quick recap. Donald said he's totally up for that as long as we can swing into Everglades. And I, of course, totally obliged, because that's the only way I'll know. My guess is probably not, because I see everybody dropping off. It's probably doing this loop thing, this time loop, where it just keeps replaying the same loop over and over again, constantly. Definitely not on Wi-Fi. Back? Are we officially back? I see Taylor just said we're back. I need a thumbs up to know for sure that we are back. It was in a time loop. You're back. Matt says you're back. Matt! How you doing, buddy? Whew. Alright, so I'll give everybody a few minutes, so maybe hop back in here before I try to tell this story once again, and it probably cuts out on me again. Eric, how you doing, man? Becky, hi Josh, I'm enjoying your run. What a nice day. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Alright, so I'm going to tell this story. So, okay, we had 100 people on. We don't have that anymore because it was cutting out. That's fine. So, what I was saying was that... I was joking about going to AMC to get a popcorn bucket that is Black Widow themed. They may not even have them. They may have sold out last night, because people are like that, where they'll just go in and they buy a bazillion of them and they resell them on eBay. But Donald said, hey, that's fine. I never turned down a trip to Everglades. And I said, oh, that's actually a good idea. I really want to get a Fruity Pebbles, donut, something that's like sweet cereal. And I brought that whole thing up because at home in our pantry, I have 2 full boxes of Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch, whatever the fruity one is, like the regular Captain Crunch, and then Captain Crunch peanut butter. And I have not opened them. We've had them for probably like 6 months. And almost every morning, I get up, I open up the pantry door, and I just stand there and I stare for like 30 to 60 seconds at those Captain Crunch boxes and just wonder what day it'll be that I'll officially break down and open up those boxes and eat some cereal. I almost did it last night, believe it or not. I had this really strong craving for like just sweet, sugary cereal. And I thought, this is it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to break down. I'm going to open up these boxes. I didn't. Thankfully, I did not. Instead, I had dark chocolate covered almonds with a little bit of sea salt. So I feel like that was a better trade-off. But that was the story. That was the story that everybody was waiting for, and it just kept cutting out. So after we're done here, we're probably going to try and make our way over to Disney Springs, which is just down the road. And Everglades, I believe, opens up at 9 o'clock. It's 8:30. So, should be fine there. And AMC might not be opened up yet, though. AMC might not open up till 10 o'clock. So we'll have to check that out. Whew. Roxanne, I used to eat Captain Crunch when I was a kid. I'm an adult, and I still try to eat Captain Crunch today. Peanut butter is the best. Have had them for breakfast for the last few weekends. Nice. I'm trying to be better about what I'm eating for breakfast. So sometimes I don't even eat breakfast, and I don't like whenever I do that. I'm always at least trying to eat something when I have my cup of coffee in the morning. But whether that's yogurt or vegetables or fruit, something. Whew. Eric, yeah, wow, I like that. You prefer to eat Captain Crunch without milk. I don't, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm kind of Goldilocks when it comes to Captain Crunch and my cereal, all right? I don't like it to be fresh out of the package and it's really crunchy and hard. I don't like it to be super soggy, like it's been sitting in the milk, for too long. What I like to do is I'll fill my bowl with Captain Crunch, preferably the peanut butter kind normally, and I'll do about a quarter or maybe half, halfway full with milk, and I kind of stir that around. I kind of let that all get absorbed in there, and then I find that it's just the perfect texture to eat, the perfect texture. So I know that sounds even probably more weird, but that's how I like to eat my Captain Crunch. That's the only cereal that I like to do that with. Anything else, like if I have Lucky Charms, if I've got a really healthy brand like Kellogg's, Heart Healthy, blah blah blah, those, it doesn't matter. I just fill the bowl with milk, and I don't even drink milk, so I use oat milk or almond milk with my cereal. So whoa, what? Rodney, I smash normal Captain Crunch and use it to make crunchy homemade chicken fingers. Did you hear that?
That sounds good.
That sounds fantastic. According to the website, AMC doesn't open till 11. Well, I guess I'm not going to be getting a popcorn bucket then. And that we're not going to wait around that long.
I've done chicken with cornflakes before.
Chicken, okay, yeah, I've done chicken and cornflakes. Yeah, I've done crushed up cornflakes too. I've never done with Captain Crunch though. That's interesting. I would assume that probably Captain Crunch is similar in a way to Corn Flakes, just broken down and made into, you know, different shapes.
Yeah.
A little more sweeter probably. I don't normally eat like Corn Flakes for breakfast.
I've
Just
literally bought them for that.
Just for that, yeah, same here. Monica, good morning from Fort Worth, Texas. Just woke up specifically to watch. Wow, that's awesome. Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. I guess it is, boy, 6:30 in the morning there in Texas probably, right? I think, are you guys 2 hours behind? That's what that's like. It is like being in a dry sauna. There's no moisture. Everything just gets sucked right from your body. As soon as you sweat, it's like it's just whisked away because it's so warm and there's no moisture in the air to begin with. It just automatically just gets like, it's pulled off your skin. It was crazy. We stepped outside from the airport to get our Uber or our Lyft, whatever one it was. And like immediately your nose just begins to like dry up and your throat kind of starts to dry up because it's so dry. I actually kind of liked it. I enjoyed it. I love the heat. I saw some people running. I definitely could not do that. Could not do that. So we are almost at the end, everybody. We're almost at the end. Powering through the climb back there. We're gonna coast down this little slope. And since I started my wash about a half mile short, I'm gonna be relying on Donald to tell me when we hit our 6.2 marker.
We're there.
Oh, thank goodness. Whew. This was a rough morning. It was very, very warm. Eric, when I lived in Albuquerque, it would be 100 degrees during the day and 60 at night during the summer. Was Vegas like this? Not really. It was about like in the high 90s, low hundreds, I think. Maybe a couple days that we were there. But the low at nighttime was still around like 70, high 70s, maybe low 80s. So that's what I was expecting. I was expecting more of that kind of desert temperature where it's hot during the day and it can sometimes get pretty cold at night. And I don't know if that's because we're in the city, but it didn't get that cold. I would have loved it if it would have got down in the 60s. That'd have been fantastic. Taylor says, I require a photo of the post-run with gimbal in front of Riviera, please. Donald doesn't have his phone, and my phone's on the gimbal. So, no photo for you? Oh my goodness. Well, at least we have a nice long cool down walk to get back to the car. We'll see you next week. Next week's the final episode. I'm excited. Who thinks, if you guys, so the chat should be back, I think. If you have been, give me a thumbs up if you're back. If you've been following Loki and you're up to date, and if you haven't been watching it and you're not up to date, I apologize. But I'm going to ask everybody, if you're like a real hard, like die-hard Marvel fan, who do you think the villain is that they're going to reveal next week?
I have thoughts.
I'm pretty sure I'm just going to go with, the rest of the community here and say that it's probably going to be Kang the Conqueror. I think that they've kind of veered away from the actual Marvel comic storyline. Because I think in the comics, the Timekeepers were real people or real beings. Obviously in the comics, spoiler alert, that's not the case. So, Kane the Conqueror, would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's too many signs.
So we'll see. I was really hoping that we would see the Mephisto kind of creature that they were talking about and hinting at. A lot of people were hinting at back with WandaVision, but I mean, not to say that we can't still see that character, but it sounds like Kane the Conqueror is going to be our new kind of Thanos-like villain, I guess.
Well, he's definitely the villain in the new Ant-Man movie.
Yes.
Either way.
Yep.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania.
Which I'm trying to remember, when does that come out?
22 or 23?
After... That would be after Doctor Strange and everything, so... Whew. I'm excited though. It's been a fantastic show. They've been doing a fantastic job with Marvel, the whole series. There have been some other like announcements for some new shows, live action shows. I'm not like super thrilled about. We'll see how they go.
For Marvel?
Yeah, just that like I'm hoping that we don't get down to this realm of like we just need to keep pumping out like Marvel content, and it takes away from like what they've built it up to be so far. So.
Well, I do feel like all the shows that are coming though are introducing characters who play into the movies that are coming. So I feel
That's
like
true. So hopefully,
flesh that out well.
I hope so. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, everybody, the stream is acting up this morning. We have concluded our run. And so this is probably jumping in and out, and I apologize if you don't get a very good sign off here. But I'm going to sign off for today. And be sure to be following us this week, when we're going to be hitting up the Disney parks pretty hard. Trying some new different things. Just having a good time being back in the parks. Doing some park hopping. And Taylor just told me that this is a good photo spot, so I guess I will take this photo. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for being here. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for being here.